Back here on CBS Sports HQ, the NBA is back, and man, opening night gave us some fireworks. How about this? Luka dropping a team-high 43 points as he debuted for his first full season with the Lakers. But 43 just wasn't enough because the Dubs beat the Lakers, who, of course, were without LeBron James as he's dealing with that back issue. Jimmy Butler scored a team-high 31 points. The Lakers losing their season opener for the 9th time in 10 years. So we still got to get used to seeing Luka on the Lakers, right? So let's kind of rewind the clock and remember how it all happened, don't we? So we have this Luka AD trade where the Mavs, they got AD, a 2029 first-round pick. The Lakers get a haul, including, of course, the main thing, Luka Doncic. The Mavs then had a 1.8% chance to land the #1 overall pick. And sure enough, they got it. I will never forget watching Nico Harrison in that conference room when he found out that he was going to be able to draft Cooper Flagg. And we're going to see Cooper Flagg in action tonight. We have Nicole Moss.
Relive the heist of the century.
Oh, I know. And if you're a Mavs fan, I don't know how you feel about that. It's low lows, high highs.
For sure.
Ash, great to be here with you. Cooper Flagg, he is in action as they are taking on the Spurs for their season opener. A lot of things here with Wemby and then, of course, Cooper Flagg as well. With Cooper, a lot of conversation about what is he going to look like at this next level. Very, very high expectations. What do you expect to see from him?
You know what? I think it's really, Cooper Flagg is a phenom because of how NBA ready he is. Obviously, look, there's a lot of room for improvement like there are for most rookies, right? But I think the thing about Cooper Flagg when watching him play in college, at the Final Four, is so much of his game translates effortlessly to the league now. And I think also, here's the thing, the Dallas Mavericks are going to rely on him, but I think they're also in an interesting space in terms of their timeline. This is not the Dallas Mavericks of the Luka era where it's like, all right, when are we going to start winning? I think that they do know there's going to be a slight regression, although there is a phenomenal roster in place. There are some things that have to be done in order to make this a championship team. Obviously, Kyrie Irving is not in the mix, so you have D'Angelo Russell at the point. Also, Cooper Flagg has an adjustment period, and you always have to worry about health and availability. Obviously, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis are of a particular age. Derek Lively has dealt with some injury. He's coming fresh off of that. So the talent is there. I don't know if the expectations are as high as they were a season ago.
Which might work in their favor.
Absolutely. And it's absolutely going to work in Cooper's favor, for sure.
Yeah, and Ash, you have a predicted stat line. We're getting real into the weeds for Cooper Flagg here. So I know we can talk expectations, but when it comes down to the numbers, what is that stat line going to look like?
So for me, I have him sitting at 25-5, and I say this because, again, going back to just how NBA ready I think that he is, again, a lot of aspects of his game that he can improve on and he will improve on. But I just think that when you're talking about someone that comes out of Duke, there are a few programs in the world of collegiate basketball that just have guys who are so NBA ready. It's essentially, the Bama of the basketball world and some other schools as well. And I just think that it's not going to be maybe the most explosive game for him, but it's going to be a solid game. And this is a kid who has no problem scoring the basketball. He's great defensively. He's great offensively. He likes to play on those boards. And I think we're going to see a little bit of everything tonight.
Okay, and it's not just Cooper Flagg. Of course, we're going to get Wemby back because
I'm so excited to get Wemby back.
I know. He missed 36 games last season dealing with that blood clot issue. He has been cleared of that. And I think that's the sentiment, right? We are all so excited to see Victor Wembanyama in action.
Yeah, first and foremost, obviously very excited for him from a health perspective. Obviously the blood clots are nothing to play with, and we've seen some incredible talent. I think of LaMarcus Aldridge, whose career ended because of that. You also think of Chris Bosh, who ended his career earlier than maybe he wanted to because of the same thing. So I am so glad that Wemby is cleared from a health perspective, but this is the unicorn, and this is the alien, if you will. And we're so excited to see him play. I think that last year he was my favorite for the DPOY, and obviously with his season being cut short, that wasn't a possibility for him, but he is going to pick up, I feel like, exactly where he left off. This kid is a freak of nature from a multitude of different angles. Again, offense defense, someone that big, that lanky, being able to shoot the way he does, being able to defend the way he does. And I feel like every single season, even though we only saw it in small glimpses last season, he's just progressed. And I think that from his summer league debut, where a lot of people were like, I don't know, is his game going to translate to the American game? Which was crazy, to where he is now and what we've seen in small glimmers in his offseason workouts, it's going to be really fun to watch him this season.
So, Ash, I know you put out your projections, for the East and for the West, and both of these teams are favored to make the playoffs this season. Which do you feel is going to have a deeper run?
So I do think that the Spurs could be a sleeper team. And remember, when we have the play-in scenario, anything is possible. But if you ask me who I think is going to make a bigger push, now this is also, in my mind, very dependent on whether or not Kyrie Irving comes back, because I think Kyrie Irving at the point guard completely changes the Dallas Mavericks. But I do like what the Mavs have on paper right now, even without Kyrie. I just feel like, as talented as the Spurs are on paper, you have Dylan Harper, you have Wemby, who missed most of last season. There's going to be an adjustment period there. I don't know if this team is quite where the Spurs want them yet in order to make a serious push in a Western Conference that's so deep, so talented. So give me the Dallas Mavericks just from the aspect of experience, and I just like that roster a little bit more in terms of where they are in development.
Yeah, because it really is a young core there
Super
in
young.
San Antonio. So how many years away do you think they are in this really stacked, to your point,
Not
Western
that far.
Conference?
I think that realistically, I think that this season is going to be a big developmental season for them from a chemistry standpoint, from players coming into their own. I think that this is going to be the year that kind of helps them take that leap next season. This is not going to be a championship team next season, but I would not be surprised if we were looking at a San Antonio Spurs team that was an actual playoff team next year.
Okay, and let's bring it back to tonight. We want to get a pick. How do you think it goes down?
Ooh, give me Dallas.
Okay.
Give me the Mavs.
All right.
Yeah.
You're rolling with the Mavs.
I'm
How
gonna roll
come?
with Dallas. Again, I just think you have Klay Thompson, you have Derek Lively, you have a little bit more experience on this team, a little bit more of you have a team that has already played with each other outside of Cooper Flagg. Obviously, D'Angelo Russell is a new addition, but I just never underestimate the experience of chemistry, the experience of a first game of an NBA season. And again, I just think that Cooper Flagg, in my mind, is a little bit more NBA ready right off the bat than Dylan Harper.
Okay. Ash, we certainly appreciate it, previewing the slate that we have on deck for tonight, where we're going to see the #1 overall pick in Cooper Flagg
Those Knicks,
in
baby.
action. Look at the Magic, Ash.
I know are you going to sing the song?
Orlando Magic.
If you guys don't win that game, we have a problem, okay?
Oh, you just created a monster. We're only 2 days in, and I'm already singing the song,
so
baby.
back.
We have the Celtics and the Sixers. Yes, we are so back. The NBA rolls on tonight, and of course, we are looking forward to Wemby versus Cooper Flagg at 9:30 Eastern.